Hello and welcome to Jessie Bear Book Club. We like to talk about historical fiction, wild cards, Game of Thrones, and much, much more. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. Today, I want to talk about a tinfoil theory of mine. I think Dalla is Rhaegar Targaryen's daughter. Now hold on, guys. I think I have some evidence to back my theory up, so please keep watching. But feel free to keep on your tinfoil hats. We know very little about Dalla, as she only appears in A Storm of Swords, apart from the fact that she is a wildling, the wife of Maester Aemon, the mother of his son Aemon Steelsong, and Val's sister. We do not even get a physical description of Dalla, but as Maester Aemon's wife and Val's sister, we can assume she is beautiful. Mance seems to have a fondness for beautiful wildling women. Dalla is also probably blonde like her sister Val. At least most of the fan art of Dalla is. We also do not know the age gap between the sisters, but they seem to have a very strong bond, so we can assume they are relatively close in age. We do not know either Dal or Val's parentage. I have already made a video about the fact that I think Val's father is Benjen Stark. So, if you want to watch that video, please click the link in the corner of the video. There will also be a link to the video in the description. Dal and Val could be half-sisters. We have no evidence either way. George R.R. Martin seems to enjoy using the sometimes more complicated nature of half-sibling relationships throughout A Song of Ice and Fire. Jon Snow and Robb Stark, Shiera, Seastar and Bloodraven. Why not add to this trope with Dalla and Val being half-sisters? We know Maester Aemon and Rhaegar corresponded with each other via Raven message, and both were big believers in the Prince that was promised prophecy. And we know that Rhaegar went to visit Maester Aemon at the Wall early in 282 AC, before the beginning of Robert's Rebellion in late 282 AC. We know while at the Wall, Rhaegar talked a lot about how the dragon must have 3 heads, and how he must have a 3rd child, even though his poor wife, Elia Martell, had just been warned that if she had any more children, it would probably kill her. We know Maester Aemon and Rhaegar thought the prince that was promised would be the living symbol of the Song of Ice and Fire, and we can be quite certain that Rhaegar already had Lyanna Stark in mind for the mother of his 3rd child, because of her first men blood. Was Maester Aemon trying to dissuade Rhaegar from this course of action, knowing with the benefit of age how Rhaegar's actions would cause great offence and unrest throughout the kingdom? Could Maester Aemon perhaps have suggested a wildling woman with first man blood instead? While at the Wall, it is likely Rhaegar Targaryen ventured beyond it. We know that as a child Rhaegar was bookish, so perhaps he held a similar curiosity about the Wall and what lay beyond it to that of Tyrion Lannister. Or perhaps he felt a duty to see and understand the Night's Watch, similar to that of Queen Alysanne Targaryen. So, could there have been some alluring, beautiful wildling woman trying to seduce men with magical blood whenever they ventured beyond the Wall? It is a possibility. And one woman who fits that possibility is Shiera Seastar. Shiera Seastar was the last great bastard of King Aegon IV Targaryen, born to his last mistress, Serene of Lys. Shiera was a renowned beauty and seductress, with the Targaryen silver gold hair. She was a long-term paramour of her half-brother Bloodraven, and she is said to have practiced magic alongside Bloodraven while he served as Hand of the King. Shiera's fate has never been mentioned, which is out of keeping with George R.R. Martin's methodical writing style. All we know is that she went missing some time after Bloodraven got himself hooked up to the weirwood net. Many people have speculated that she went looking for him beyond the Wall, but nobody knows for sure. Maybe she found him. They're both magical. It is not beyond the realms of possibility. Could Shiera Seastar and Bloodraven be trying to fulfill the prince that was promised prophecy? from beyond the wall. I know a lot of people will jump in here and say Rhaegar was not the sort of man to enjoy women casually. We have Ned Stark's word on that. For the first time in many years, he found himself remembering Rhaegar Targaryen. He wondered if Rhaegar had frequented brothels. Somehow he thought not. But that only refers to brothels and whores. A casual relationship with a willing, loving woman doesn't seem out of character for Rhaegar at all. What was Lyanna Stark if not willing and loving? One quote that really stands out to me, and I feel backs up my theory that Rhaegar Targaryen plus Shiera Seastar equal Dalla, is from Stannis Baratheon. She talks of prophecy, a hero reborn in the sea, living dragons hatched from stone. A hero reborn in the sea? It could be interpreted as a hero born from the line of Shiera Seastar. Her name means Star of the Sea, and a bleeding star is meant to herald the arrival of the prince that was promised. There is a lot of blood when a woman gives birth. So we have a hero born from a bleeding sea star. Looks to me like Aemon Steelsong is the grandson of Shiera Seastar and Rhaegar Targaryen. I know this timeline only makes Dalla 19 when she dies giving birth, but most of George R.R. Martin's characters in his books are very young. Lyanna Stark was only 16 when she died in childbed. There is the fact that if Shiera Seastar is living beyond the wall, by the time I am suggesting she met and seduced Rhaegar to conceive Dalla, she would have been at least 98 years old. However, when she lived in King's Landing as Bloodraven's paramour, there were many rumours circulated that she bathed in the blood of maidens to retain her youth and beauty. So maybe she has continued to practice magic, much in the same way Melisandre has done. And maybe the cold beyond the wall has helped. Maester Aemon even points out while in Braavos, the cold preserves the flesh, whereas heat destroys it, and living beyond the wall is definitely cold. Lots of people like to think that Quaithe could be Shiera Seastar, but I disagree, because Shiera was well known for having mismatched eyes, one dark blue and one bright green. Quaithe's eyes are the only bit of her face that Daenerys can actually see, through the mask Quaithe is wearing, so wouldn't she notice the mismatched eye colours? I also do not think Melisandre is Shiera Seastar, because we get Melisandre POV chapters, and there is no inclination of a secret Targaryen identity. Another point that backs up my theory is the name given to Dalla's child, Aemon. On the surface, it is simply that Gilly wishes to honour the memory of Maester Aemon, but I feel the meaning of it goes deeper. George R.R. Martin loves to invest his characters' names with significance, and I doubt this little baby is an exception to the rule. The name Aemon is the Gaelic version of Edmund, meaning prosperity and protection, and these are characteristics you might expect to see in the prince that was promised. In the world of Ice and Fire, as in the real world, names are normally passed down family generations, and wouldn't it be a nice thought that Rhaegar Targaryen's grandchild had been named after his great-great-uncle Maester Aemon Targaryen? Dalla's name also holds significance. The name Dalla is Norse, and in Norse mythology, Dalla is the mother of Cormac the Destroyer. The name Cormac in fact means destroying sun. What will Aemon Steelsong destroy? I cannot wait to find out. I know this theory is pretty off the wall, but I feel it holds a lot of merit, and everyone agrees that Val is super important. So why would her older sister and nephew not be important? Of course, I'm probably wrong about all of this. But what do you think? Be sure to let me know in the comments below. And as always, this is just my opinion. Please remember to help out and like this video if you enjoyed it. You can also follow me on Instagram at Lady Jessica Riddell and on Twitter at Jessams. I post on Twitter regularly about my videos. If you want to see more book reviews, character comparisons, and fan theories, please subscribe to Jessie Bear Book Club. I try to post a new video at least once a week. See you next time on Jessie Bear Book Club. Bye!